Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. It's Andrade and Irwin back at it again, and we're taking it back with a series that we started up in the NBA bubble.
NBA Team Profile Series Dumpster Fire Edition.
Yes, sir. The way we're doing it is we're going from bottom to top. We're covering every team leading up into the NBA season. Bottom 5 of the West and bottom 5 of the East are each going to get their own video, and after that, every other team is going to get their individual video, and hopefully we'll have all of them out by the start of the NBA debut season.
Yes, sir.
And this one, we're talking about the East. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets, and Chicago Bulls. And don't bitch about us like who we go from bottom to top. We're going by the power rankings of the official NBA.com, and we're going to provide the floor and the seating for each team profile.
Yeah, but let's be real, man. All these are dumpster fires of a franchises. Horrible.
Facts.
Especially I think the third one that we're gonna talk about. That bridge. But anyways, we're starting with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The town. Look, we got Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Isaac Okoro, but look, they're not gonna push this team over the edge. But in a way, they do make them somewhat watchable. They're stuck with Kevin Love and Andre Drummond, so unless they find trade partners for either of those, the franchise is also stuck with those contracts until they're up. So it's just like they're just stuck in the middle. Not even in the middle. They're just stuck where they at. They've been last in defense efficiency for the last two seasons. So my ceiling is coming close to the 8th seed mark, but not making it. But that's close.
Hell no.
And then Floor is now reaching the playoffs and being one of the worst teams in the entire league. Cavaliers, look, you're probably not going to have anything remotely as exciting as the LeBron era for years or maybe even decades. So just write it out.
Dude, they are not sniffing anywhere near the playoffs, bro. The best case scenario for them is that Kevin Love turns the clock back to his Timberwolves days, balls the fuck out.
Same with Drummond.
And they could trade him to get some assets to continue the rebuild. And the Darius Garland and Colin Sexton and Okoro take a step, forward in their development, and it gives Cleveland fans some hope for the future.
That'd be nice.
Now, the floor for them that's going to be is that Kevin Love is injured again, Drummond injured or doesn't perform as good as he can and has no trade value. Garland and Sexton and the young guys do not take a step forward, actually take a step back in the development.
That would suck.
And Cleveland is looking like, the Cleveland dumpster fire that has been since LeBron left.
And before LeBron got there.
Pretty much. But hey, moving on to the next squad, the Detroit Pistons.
Detroit!
They've been a dumpster fire since Johnson Billups left.
Oh my God! Look, Detroit got 5 centers for whatever reason. Paid $60 million to Jeremy Grant and let Christian Wood go. They got a new GM in Troy Weaver. He's turned over about 2/3 plus of the roster. They drafted Killian Hayes, who some believe could be the best player in the draft potentially, but that's gonna take time to develop, obviously. Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin do make this team watchable and can help push this team into the playoffs, but they have to stay healthy. And that leaves me with their ceiling at entering the playoffs with a first round exit. I think it's possible. And Floor is missing it barely or entirely. Like, it's just one or the other. But ultimately, this is another year of waiting for relevancy for a franchise that when it is relevant, it's exciting and a good thing for the entire NBA league and its fans.
Look, what I don't understand is, man, come on, Trey Weaver. Why the fuck do you don't pay Christian Wood and you pay Jeremy Grant?
Questions that we'll never have answers
look,
to.
If you're trying to save money, cool. Save money. If you're going to spend that money, might as well spend it on something that you know. But hey, that's why I'm not getting paid the big bucks, in the NBA. Look, man, ceiling, the way it's going to go with how Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin do health-wise. Mm-hmm. If Blake Griffin can be healthy once again, kind of like in the Lob City era, show out, Derrick Rose can continue staying healthy. And I hope, because I love Derrick Rose.
Yeah, I like this Derrick Rose renaissance.
Killian Hayes shows, the hype that he got, of why he got picked 7th. Then look, Detroit's definitely going to be an interesting squad.
Killian has fucking great mentors with those two.
They're going to be in playoff contention all the way to the end. I don't see them making the playoffs. Floor would be Blake Griffin is once again injured. Derrick Rose is injured once again. Killian Hayes has a disappointing season as a rookie. And Detroit's looking horrible. But anyways.
Let's go to your favorite dumpster fire team.
Oh, this is the dumpster fire. The king of all dumpster fires. Yes, for some weird reason, They're the most valued franchise in the NBA.
Number one for the past couple of years.
The New York dumpster fire. I mean, the Knicks.
Look, Knicks this season will go nowhere as usual, but this last offseason, they didn't do anything crazy or stupid as some would like to label their previous moves.
They finally acted like a rebuilding team should.
Exactly. They drafted Obi Toppin at 8, which many considered the best player on the board at that number.
Yeah.
They also made moves to pick up future draft picks while maintaining future cap space intact, so they set themselves up for one of the most loaded drafts in recent history. Mitchell Robinson keeps his team watchable as he records the highest qualified field goal percentage in NBA history. Go look it up. It's a pretty cool thing. But still, even with that, they were the only team to rank in the bottom 5 of both 3-point percentage and percentage shots that came from 3-point range. So you kind of need to do that in today's NBA. So I wouldn't expect much from this squad. Ceiling is barely missing the playoffs. That's ceiling, and that's me trying to be nice for them.
You're too nice.
And then floor is, bro, they're gonna rank amongst the worst team in league standings.
All right, look, man. Ceiling for the Knicks is gonna be that Obi Toppin, RJ Barrett take a step forward. They ball the fuck out. Give some Knicks fans some legit hope. Kevin Knox can, perform like he did in his rookie year when he still had a promising prospect. And the Knicks, for the very minimum, are going to be an exciting team to watch in New York. Floor would be Tom Thibodeau hasn't learned a thing, from his time off. All these guys take a step back, and it's going to be the same talk over and over. And Stephen A. Smith, his hairline's going to keep receding of the stress that's going to be with the New York Knicks. He just got to go bald
at this point, bro.
But let's move on to the next squad, the Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte! Man, Hornets, man. We got LaMelo Ball, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, and Devontae Graham. Could be a fun offensive team to watch with the lathered 3 players, plus seeing how LaMelo's rookie season plays out. So that's going to keep this team relevant regardless win or lose for the season. Long term, there's a lot to pay attention with this team. I'm curious to see how Rozier ends up feeling about LaMelo at point guard because, it challenges his starting position. And then also, before LaMelo and Hayward's arrival, Terry was supposed to be the leading star of this team. He had said it even in a couple interviews. That's why he left Boston for Charlotte. Obviously, the money too. And now it's like, even with Hayward and LaMelo, obviously, Terry's not going to be that guy no more. I'm also looking forward to how Hayward mentors LaMelo. I think that's a low-key reason why he was brought there. He's an NBA vet with great basketball IQ.
They brought him to be a star.
And he's a highly efficient player on the court, Hayward. He's a highly efficient player. And I think that's a big reason that they want him to mentor into LaMelo. Because LaMelo probably has a higher talent ceiling than Hayward. So imagine that efficiency with LaMelo's talent. Could be a dangerous combo. This season, though, I got them sneaking into the playoffs. I really think they could, specifically because they're in the East.
You have everybody sneaking into the playoffs,
this is not just this is me being a little nice, but no, in the East, I really think they could actually sneak into it. Florida is barely missing the playoffs, but that's barely missing because I don't think this Hornets team is going to last. I think Jordan is finally sticking to trying to establish a viable winning culture in this franchise.
Look, man, the reason why they brought Gordon Hayward is to finally put a face into a small market team. They need, for this to succeed, at least for the short term, Gordon Hayward needs to turn back the clock back to the Utah days when he was healthy.
Man, he was a baller then.
We saw some flashes in Boston. The last year was his healthiest season he's had, since that gruesome
even though
injury.
He didn't, dude, he was stupid efficient. I'm telling you, that's crazy.
Exactly. Look, the way I was going to play out with this is if Hayward plays as close as he was, to the Utah Jazz days, they have some young talent. They have Rozier, they have Devontae Graham, they have Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and LaMelo Ball. If all those young guys take a step forward in their development and ball out with Hayward, I don't see any reason why not the Hornets can at least be an exciting team and get close to making the 8th seed.
Okay.
Now, the floor would be is that Hayward can't stay healthy. Some of the young guys take a step back in the development. LaMelo Ball does not look as good as the hype was regarding him, and looks like a bust. And it's gonna be a disappointing season for the Hornets.
And LeVar's gonna run his mouth.
Hey, but at least the positive thing is we have the possibility of LeVar Ball versus MJ.
I would love if they live streamed that. That would get views.
I'm like, yo, come on! If Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. can get that pay-per-view with some. Yeah, with what went on there, I don't see any reason why that can't happen. But speaking about MJ, let's go to his former team, the Chicago Bulls.
Great transition. Look, in the past 3 seasons, the Bulls are the only team that have ranked in the bottom 5 in offensive efficiency for the entire league. 5 guys. Oh God, that's embarrassing. 3 years in a row. But now they got a new VP. They got a new coach. So maybe there could be a turnaround in the current organization's culture. Maybe they could touch some of those Rose days, or specifically better Jordan Pippen days. They got Patrick Williams at number 4. Probably won't do much this season, but potential. They also got Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter, and Zach LaVine. Under Donovan's coaching, I do think this could lead to a winning season for a franchise that needs it. People sleep on LaVine. People sleep on Porter. They haven't been as consistent. And seeding is reaching the playoffs because it's the East, and floor is a disappointing fumble of missing the playoffs for a youngish squad with a lot of promise.
Look, man, regarding the Bulls, it's going to depend on the coaching. See how much Billy Donovan can bring out of Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter Jr., and Zach LaVine to keep doing his thing. And if that could happen, the Bulls can definitely have a winning season for the first time in a bit. Floor would be is that none of this works out. And Zach LaVine's, the trade talks about him just going to get louder and louder.
He deserves it. He needs to be on a winning team.
But anyways, guys, we appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. You catch us on Insta, TikTok, Twitter, on Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. We'll catch you guys soon. But for now,
take
later.
care.